Imagine this, you're sitting there thinking about potentially moving to Fort Wayne. Why? Maybe because you've just seen the article that came out last week that made Fort Wayne one of the most top 10 affordable places to live in the country. Now, this is 5 years running that Fort Wayne, Indiana, my hometown, has been in the top 10. But maybe you're also sitting there thinking, this is a huge monumental move. How am I even going to do this, go about this? Well, just like me, when I graduated from college in Fort Wayne, my wife and I said we wanted to move to Fort Myers, Florida to help with a church plant. And when I went online trying to figure this huge move out, there was nothing. There was really nothing online about even Fort Myers, Florida, which is really the reason that we started this page, was to help people understand more about the city that we love. But when we were moving here, I mean, it was so hectic, and we had already made the decision to move, but it was like, how do we do this? What's the process on getting a house? You know, how long is this gonna take? We've got to get the movers. I mean, extremely stressful to pack up everything that you have, everything that you've ever known, and move to a city that you have never lived before. And so if that's you, I want you to continue watching this video, because we're gonna go through the process of from start to finish. From right now, you're watching this video, you've made a decision, I think I wanna move to Fort Wayne, to hopefully at the end of this video you say, okay, it's not that big a deal. This team in Fort Wayne, they're gonna help me through this process. They've got everything I need to know to make this a stress-free, or the least amount of stress as possible when moving across the country. If this is your first time on the channel, my name is Caleb Ellington. My wife's name is Stacia. We help people relocate to Fort Wayne in Northern Indiana. We have helped dozens and dozens of families relocate, bring them a stress-free move from across the country to the place that we love. So feel free to give me a call, a text, shoot me an email, and we'll start there. We can even send you a relocation guide, and we really look forward to helping you. So step one is doing exactly what you're doing right now. You're watching this guy. You're watching me. You are researching, you're discovering what it's gonna take to move. You're maybe researching the city. So feel free to check out all of our tons of other videos about Fort Wayne. That's probably one of the greatest compliments that we get all the time is, man, your videos are great about Fort Wayne. It gave me all the information that I needed to make a decision. So that's really step one, is doing the research, finding out where do you want to move. Along with the research, right after that is you're gonna sign up with us. If you decided Fort Wayne is maybe one of the top 3 cities you're thinking about moving to, we're gonna send you a relocation guide. And then after that, we're gonna set up that discovery Zoom call. And we do that with every single client. It's just great to get that face-to-face meeting, know who you're talking to, and then we are gonna really get a strategy for what is the best way, the easiest way, the most stress-free way of moving across the country. So after that initial Zoom call, we're really going to discover what are your goals. And some people say in 6 months, a year from now, and some of the calls it's like right now, we want to move right this second. And so whatever that strategy is, we're going to set a plan, set dates on how do we meet the goals on all of these dates along the way to make sure that your move here is successful. And we've had many different situations that we've helped dozens of people move here, and we understand that almost every situation is unique. We've had some clients where the spouse moved first because of a job, found the house, got in the house, and then the other spouse came later, maybe with the kids. That's a scenario. Sometimes you guys have a job that you have to be here by a certain date. And I know a lot of you watching work from home, and you can go really anywhere in the whole country. And so that move may not be as stressful because you don't have a specific timetable that you have to be here. And so I know for myself, when we moved, it was pretty specific. We wanted to find a house by a certain time frame, and really navigating that all by ourselves, my wife and I, was extremely stressful. It was very hard to figure out all of those moving pieces by ourselves. And so that's really where we found that there was a hole. There was a space in this market where there was not people coming alongside people that needed to move, wanted to move across the country, and didn't have anybody to come alongside of them. And so that's really what we specialize in, and we get really excited about, is helping people get through that process, achieve their goals, and moving in a stress-free environment. And we know what you're looking for. A lot of the people that we're talking to, they're looking for safe schools. They're looking for places not have a lot of crime. They're looking for low taxes. They're looking for affordability, closeness to parks and sidewalks and trails. So no matter what your needs are, we have helped someone exactly like you navigate through this and find the best solutions for them. All right, so you've made the decision to move to Fort Wayne. Your next step really is getting pre-approved. You've got to get connected with the lender, which we have really great lenders right here in town that we've connected people with all across the country. So really finding out how much can I afford? So your price range, you really have to get that. Your pre-approval letter is pretty much your ticket. It's the ticket that you need to go look at houses. A lot of times it's the ticket even we need as real estate agents to get into an open house, to be able to get a showing on a house. Like, okay, do you have a pre-approval letter? So that is going to be your next step. And that could depend on if you're selling your house, how much equity is in your house that you're selling that you're going to be able to have to put towards the next one. And like we said, if you're not selling anything, that's totally okay. Then it's just going to be, all right, what is our budget? Once we get our budget, then we're going on to the next step, which is a lot of times the most fun, and it's looking at houses. All right, so you've come this far, and the next step really is making a decision, saying, yes, I am doing this. I am making that decision to move to Fort Wayne and to either sell your property, which could be a big step for you, which we've helped many people across the country because we're a part of the largest real estate company in the world, Keller Williams. We have helped connect many clients all across the country to that local professional, the top real estate agent in their area to help you get that home sold. So that could be part of your process. If you've made that decision to move to Fort Wayne or to Northern Indiana, that could be the next step, is getting connected to that local real estate agent, getting your house on the market. If you don't have a house, or if your house now is pending, then really that next step is finding the one. And so whether you're somebody that has the ability to fly here or drive here for maybe a week or a weekend, we've helped many of those clients that actually come into town. They want to see the homes in person, look at them with their own 2 eyes or 4 eyes, depending on how many people come, and then make that decision and then say, yes, this is the one. Now, many other people don't do that. And we do that. We do basically virtual showings where you guys have your phone, your computer up. We are walking around the house very, very slowly, showing you every nook and cranny. And we are very honest about the house, the condition of the house, anything that we see that might be an issue. And we're very picky because the last thing we want is you picking a home that you saw on your TV screen or your computer and getting there and being surprised. And so we never want that. And so we're probably gonna be really picky. Hey, there's a little chipped paint here on the corner of the wall, which is normal, but we wanna make sure that you've seen every possible thing that there is about this home so that you feel confident and it's the same home you dreamed of when you saw it when you walk in for the first time. All right, so you have now seen hopefully just a few houses. Really, if we do our job well enough, I almost guarantee you will only look at 3 houses and you'll pick one of them. That is generally what we see. If you do a good job at the beginning, saying exactly what you want, exactly what you don't want. If you tell me, Caleb, I want a 3-car garage, I'm not showing you houses with 2-car garages. If that's a mandatory for you. So it helps save a lot of time. And a lot of real estate agents don't do that at the beginning. They're just excited to have a client and they start showing you house after house after house. And now you've seen 20 houses and you can't tell the difference. So working with professionals that know what they are doing, helping you to really narrow your focus, makes this process go a lot smoother and a lot faster. But now you've gone through this and you have found the one, the house that is going to be your home, your dream house, maybe the house for the rest of your life. We know how big of a deal this is. The next step is putting in that offer. And I will say this is probably my favorite part of the real estate transaction because I love it and I'd like to say I'm good at it, but it is the negotiation part. You want somebody that's a bulldog, that is a great negotiator for you to get you the best possible deal out there. And that's what we do. We work hard for you to get you the best possible deal on the house that you're gonna buy. So we're gonna put in that offer. More than likely, it's gonna get accepted. Congratulations, you have now just bought your home in Indiana. It's exciting, it's scary, but now really starts the rest of the process. All right, so here's what we're gonna do next. You bought the house, next is going to be your inspections. Now, I always recommend, especially when you're coming from out of state, to get an inspection. I would never tell you not to get one. So your next is an inspection. We have great inspection companies right here in Fort Wayne in Northern Indiana. So they're gonna go in, they're gonna inspect the entire house, then we are gonna get a report. Once we get that report back, you and I will go over that report together. We're gonna discuss what are the most important things about this house. Now, every single house, a brand new house, has issues. They just do. No house is perfect. So I'm gonna go over, okay, these are the things that I would think, because most people ask my opinion, are the most serious things. Now, hopefully you get a house that has zero serious issues, which is definitely probable. A lot of times it's just minor stuff, but we're gonna go over that and then we're gonna decide, are we gonna ask for repairs if there are any repairs to be asked for? We're gonna go through that process together. We're gonna submit then an inspection response saying, hey, we accept this house. We still wanna buy this as long as these things are remedied. And now this is why another reason you want a good negotiator working for you. Because now we're gonna negotiate. Either, yes, we're gonna fix all those things. Yes, we'll fix this, but not that. You want somebody that is pulling for you, working hard to get you the best deal in that set of negotiations as well. Once that's agreed to on the inspection response, then we move on to the appraiser. So an appraiser's gonna come out, he's gonna say, yes, this house meets the value, which happens over 90% of the time. If it doesn't happen, so I'm gonna give you an example. You bought a house for $250,000. The appraiser comes out and says, hey, I'm sorry, this house is only worth $240,000. Well, your bank will only loan you the $240,000. So now there's another set of negotiations that have to go on. Will the seller sell it to you for $240,000? Since the appraiser said it's only worth $240,000? Or are we gonna negotiate and they're gonna say, well, yeah, but you said you wanted it for $250,000. So are you gonna maybe cover the other $10,000 out of your own pocket? Or are we gonna negotiate maybe down the middle to $5,000? That's once again why you want somebody here helping you during this process. And I'm really good. I've got your back. All right, we've got the tough stuff out of the way. Once again, if you're selling a house, it should be almost closed by now. You've got a great agent getting your house sold there from wherever you're coming from. Next is really the easy stuff. And also when you work with us, we have a whole team of people. You're gonna get introduced to our transaction coordinator or admin. She's gonna be emailing you all the time about what's next. And oh, I need to call my insurance. I need to get homeowner's insurance on this house. I need to call the utilities to make sure I get the utilities transferred to my name. You should have probably by now already called your moving company, and we can help with that as well, whether it's Penske or you're moving a national brand or you're getting a pod at your house and then you're shipping all that stuff to the new house. So all of that is scheduled as well. Then we're gonna do our final walkthrough. So that's usually the day of closing or the day right before closing. So a final walkthrough, we're just walking through the house, making sure they didn't break anything when they were moving their stuff out, dent the walls, anything crazy like that. Final walkthrough, and then it's closing. Two options here, people do both. If you're still in your home state, then we're gonna do a virtual closing where we're gonna have actually a closing person come to you. We can meet at your house, a coffee shop where you're gonna sign all the documents, or you've already moved here. Maybe you've rented a place for a couple weeks or for a couple months. Then you're gonna close here in person and you are gonna get the keys to your brand new house. So all of that quickly in this video is just a quick glance of the process, and we are here for you. And I promise you that we will do everything in our power to help this be just having no stress, no anxiety for you, because we've done this with so many people over the time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We hope that you move to the city we love because we want it to be your next home.